Okay, so in this video, I'm going to talk about why I chose Kenya over Ghana. Woo! But no, seriously. Ghana is a beautiful country. When I was there, I had a beautiful time. I actually went with a friend who was getting married. So I worked with her. Her and her husband are from Ghana. She invited me to the wedding. I did the whole wedding, the different ceremonies. It was beautiful. I can't tell you exactly where I stayed in Ghana. I don't even really remember, but I stayed in different places. Every place I stayed in was nice. And I got to experience like the beach parties. The beach parties was the best. Like it was the best. And the music was live. They really love, everybody loves African American music. Everybody loves African American culture. Let's be real. Like, we're unique in that. But the music was pumping. It was so funny because I'll never forget, like, E40 had this song called Yep, something, 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 Yep. And I guess somebody from Ghana remade it. And so they were like doing it in like their language and was like, Yep. So that was kind of cool coming from Northern California and experiencing like the acceptance of African American culture and the motherland, because a lot of us really, want that connection. Like, that's where our ancestors are from, not taken away from the ancestors that built America. Um, those are the ones I connect with the most, but I still know like my history is from the motherland. So anyways, I had a beautiful time in Ghana. I went to like the Ashanti Kingdom. I did the slave castle. I did like the making of the kente cloth. And then I did like going to the museums, the weddings, going to like a local wedding. It was just like a really beautiful time. It was a beautiful time. It was a beautiful time. But Kenya is just Kenya. I will say that there were a couple of things that turned me off about Ghana. There were. Number one, as soon as I got to Ghana, like, I feel like they were already trying to, like, scam me. Like, as soon as I got off, they didn't want to let me in the country, like, some whole yellow fever. You don't have the yellow fever vaccine. I have the yellow fever vaccine paperwork. I'm like, okay, I have it. But it was a whole issue with that. And then also, it was like they were trying to get money out of me. Like the custom agents were like, where's my gift? Thank God, when I had flown in from the US to Ghana, I connected with this woman who was from Ghana. Beautiful woman, like very tall, very beautiful. But she was strong. She didn't play no mess. And so she seen what they were doing to me, and she was like, "No, you're not doing that to her." Period. And so if it wasn't for her, like I probably would have been stuck at the airport forever. So boom, number one, didn't like it. Number two, compared to Kenya, I feel like Kenya is way more advanced technology wise and other ways too, but for sure technology. Like with Ghana, I had to actually like mail in my application to the embassy for my visa, and even that was a big old thing. The only reason why I really got my visa the way I got my visa was because I knew somebody. Let's be real. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. Compared to Kenya, where you just apply online, it sounds so simple, but there are a lot of countries that don't have that. And so, boom, Kenya was number. I seen that. I'm like, yeah, Kenya is far more advanced than a lot of countries in the motherland. It is what it is. So that was a turn off, like just how behind they are on things. And then I got really, 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 really sick in Ghana. And it wasn't like a sick, like I wasn't throwing up. I wasn't like, it was like a breathing issue. There's like a lot of dust. It was just a breathing issue. Even when I went by the ocean, usually like in Kenya, if I have breathing problems or whatever, I'll go. That usually happens like in Nairobi for me. But as soon as I come to the coast, it kind of clears up. But nah, I had fish head soup. I had Sudafed, everything. I just felt like, I don't know. It was my ancestors. Like, this ain't the place for you. Like, they did us dirty here or something. I don't know. But it was just, I did not. Um, I was sick. And the number one reason why I was just turned off from Ghana, well, let me not say the number one. Another reason why I was turned off from Ghana is the whole like welcome home. I feel is phony. I don't think they really believe it. Um, just my personal experience and my personal belief. They're like, welcome home, sister, welcome home, but then like overcharge you for everything. I'm like, just keep it real. Like with Kenyans, they keep it real with you. They'll tell you you're a Mzungu, straight up. Yeah, you're not white, but you're still not Kenyan. You're a Mzungu. I'm like, I respect it. I respect it. They're gonna tell me I'm a Mzungu, I got money, and they're gonna charge me. Compared to Ghana, I experienced a lot of like gaslighting. Like, dude, I know you don't look at me as your sister and you charging me like 10 times the amount. Boom. Oh my God, the slave castle experience. Number one, I will say it was a very conflicting experience, and I think it's the main reason why I chose Kenya over Ghana. Um, I went through the castle, heard the different stories and the history, and um, I felt a bit of like pride, sadness too. I didn't cry, but pride for like my people, like my African Americans who like freaking went through all that, went by boat, Jim Crow, everything, and still survived. Like if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. And so it was more like just like an awe for them. Like, oh wow, like thank you. But it was really unsettling to me because I always thought like the slave castle was like far away, like far away. It was like in the middle of a town. And I'm just like, so when they were taking our people in here, like people just watched. And then they were like, some people got tricked to come on the boat. Like, others were like, come on, let's go drumming. We're going to go drumming. And then they're captivated. Like, they're captured, I mean. And so that story was told at the castle. But the number one thing about the castle that just did not sit right with me. And I don't care what people say. I told people this before, and they were like, you're tripping, they can't do this. I do not like that African Americans have to pay to go visit. Like, you're profiting off of our pain. It's just so, I don't sit right with me. I'll tell you what happened. So we go there, and my friend, like I said, she's from Ghana, her husband's from Ghana. I'm with everybody who's from Ghana. And there's, a price for Ghanaians. So my friend tried to say I was from Ghana. Like, I didn't talk or anything, but the guy was like, she's not from Ghana, she's not from Ghana, she has to pay European prices. And I was just like, wow. Not just the adamant, like, push of, like, you have to pay, but I have to pay European prices. That just did not sit right with me. Oh my God. I just feel like African Americans should not have to pay to visit. We shouldn't. And if we do have to pay, it should not be the same price as Europeans. That right there was like, yeah, Ghana's cool. I'll come, but no. I'll stick with my Kenya. I'll stick with Kenya. I'm sure Ghana ain't missing no meals with me not being there, so it's whatever. But yeah, that experience It's just like maybe it was a place where, my ancestors were, but it's not a place where I need to be. You know, God pushed us out of there for a reason. So whatever that reason was, I don't know, but I don't need to go back. I don't need to live in Ghana. I'll visit, but no. So yeah, that's why another reason why I chose Kenya over Ghana. It just didn't sit right in my spirit. Ghana didn't. Just didn't. So this is not like Kenya's better than like I said, Kenya is one of my favorite places. Even if it wasn't in Africa, Kenya is just a great, beautiful country to be in. But it is in Africa, so that's why I'm saying why I chose it over Ghana. I would choose it over. I chose it over Tanzania too, and Egypt, and I make videos about those too. But yeah, so that's why I chose Kenya over Ghana. Peace.